What's up, YouTube? This is your boy Nick here, and tonight I will be revealing the results of the Raw exclusive pay-per-view called Great Balls of Fire, and it is presented by the Rocket League video game, which is available for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. And before we get started, I had just found out on Twitter earlier today that Kevin Owens supposedly has regained the United States Championship after AJ Styles took the title from Owens at a live house show in Madison Square Garden yesterday. So Kevin Owens is now a 3-time U.S. champion, from what I heard, and the match between Kevin Owens and AJ Styles for the title, it was supposed to have taken place at Battleground, but unfortunately it has been withdrawn from the match from the card. But we will see what happens this coming Tuesday on SmackDown Live. And with that in mind, we are going to kick things off with the kickoff show as the King of the Cruiserweights, Neville, defended the Cruiserweight Championship against Akira Tozawa as part of the Titus brand worldwide. Now, this match was probably one of the most intense Cruiserweight matches I have ever seen in my entire life. It was back and forth, like literally, it was back and forth. The match could have went either way, but in the end, at the closing moments of the match, Neville had hung Akira Tozawa on the top rope, like literally on the top rope, and Neville kicked the top rope, in which clearly that was a low blow. Clearly it was a low blow. That's just my opinion. That was a blatant low blow, and honestly, I think Neville should have been disqualified. But then again, he would still retain the Cruiserweight title either way. But yes, Neville did retain the Cruiserweight title, because after that low blow, he gave Akira Tozawa a vicious kick to the gut and got the pinfall victory. Alright, from there we move on to the first match of the Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view event, as the Eater of Worlds Bray Wyatt went one-on-one with the Kingslayer Seth Rollins. Now, of course, over the last few weeks, Bray Wyatt has attempted to get inside the mind of the Kingslayer. Unfortunately, that was not meant to be. But in this match, it was back and forth. The match could have went either way. But at the closing moments of the match, Bray Wyatt was outside the ring. Seth Rollins was trying to bring him in, and the referee was trying to push him away. A thumb to the eye by Bray Wyatt, which then he turned it into Sister Abigail, and he got the 1, 2, 3. Alright, guys, now we move on to a match that was all about jealousy, heartbreak, and betrayal, as the eccentric Enzo Amore went one-on-one with the 7-footer known as Big Cass. You know what? Before I get to this match, I just want to say that I've been watching WWE for over 10 years. I have, and in those 10 years, in those 10 plus years, 12 years, I've been watching for 12 years. And in those 12 years, I have never, in my entire life, have I ever seen a rivalry, or a betrayal that devastating. After what Big Cass did, I was so shocked. I was completely shocked. With my brother, who I'm sure right now is watching this video, I know for a fact that he would never do that to me. I know that for a fact. I mean, I'll admit he and I have our ups and downs, but I know for a fact that he would never attack me like that. The way Big Cass attacked Enzo. Literally, like that was this betrayal was so heartbreaking to every member of the WWE universe that literally for a whole week straight. Based on what I know, Enzo Amore had his Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever social media he had, literally turned off. That's how heartbreaking it was. And with that, it was a dominating performance by Big Cass. Big Cass at the closing moments of the match, Big Cass picked up Enzo, threw him outside the ring and into the barricade. And as the referee was about to hit the count of 10, Enzo Amore came into the ring, only to get a big boo from Big Cass, and Big Cass won. Honestly, who knows what's gonna be next for Big Cass? But we will see in the weeks to come. Alright guys, now we move on to a 30-minute Iron Man match for the Raw Tag Team titles as Sheamus and Cesaro defended the titles against the Hardys. And the rules of a 30-minute Iron Man match are simple. You put 30 minutes on the clock and the match begins. A fall can be won by way of pinfall, submission, disqualification, or countout. Whoever has the most falls within the 30-minute time limit, or the 1 hour time limit, depending on the circumstance, wins the match. At the closing moments at the start of the match, just right away, Cesaro had faked attacking Matt Hardy, which literally caught Matt Hardy off guard, which then led him into a bro kick from Sheamus, and they scored the first bout. In fact, both teams scored 3 falls within 20 minutes, within like 20 minutes, and so the closing moments of the match, like the last 2 minutes of the match, there was a double team from the Hardys, which led to Jeff Hardy hitting Sheamus with a swanton bomb. Now keep this in mind. Sheamus was not legal. Cesaro was. That led to Cesaro rolling up Jeff Hardy for their 4th fall. And when the clock hit 30 seconds, it was over. Literally, it was over. Jeff Hardy had at the last 5-6 seconds of the match, he hit the twist of fate. He tried to tie it so they could go into sudden death. Unfortunately, that did not happen. So still the Raw Tag Team Champs, Sheamus and Cesaro. And I have to admit, though, I can't. Honestly, there's nothing. Honestly, the Hardys have nothing to be ashamed of. They gave it their all in this match, and I mean, hats off to the Hardys for one hell of a match. I mean, I don't think any other past tag team like the Dudleys or the Rock and Roll Express or the Rockers or Edge and Christian, I don't think those teams could have done it any better themselves. Literally, I don't think so. Alright guys, now we move on to the Raw Women's Division as Alexa Bliss defended the Raw Women's Championship against Sasha Banks. actually, I should say a very game Sasha Banks, to be precise. Because Sasha Banks was all business. Literally, literally, she was completely on a roll. But, and she even had the bank statement on Alexa Bliss, and she tried to push away with her foot. She tried to push the bottom rope away from her so she wouldn't get to the ropes. Unfortunately, can't even speak, sorry. Unfortunately, she was unable to push the rope away from Alexa Bliss, and Alexa Bliss got to the bottom rope, and after that, she just stayed outside the ring. She intentionally got herself counted out, so still the women's champion is Alexa Bliss. However, the winner of the match is Sasha Banks. And then after the match, Alexa Bliss was walking up the ramp, but Sasha Banks, just literally was in complete attack mode. Literally, she attacked Alexa Bliss and hit her with the double knees on top of the announce table, right where the stage is. Literally, like right where the stage is. Hit Alexa Bliss with the double knees. I think it's pretty safe to say that Sasha Banks will get another shot at the Raw Women's title, but we will see what happens. Alright guys, now we move on to the InterContinental Championship, as The Miz defended the InterContinental title against a very game Dean Ambrose, and Ambrose had a strategy. Literally, his strategy was to go outside the ring, attack the Miz Taraj, and then go after the Miz. Unfortunately, it all backfired because the closing moments of the match, the Miz Taraj was attacked by Dean Ambrose, and then that allowed the Miz to hit Dean Ambrose with the skull crushing finale, and therefore still the Intercontinental Champion is the Miz. I think it's safe to say, knowing Dean Ambrose, it's far from done. I don't think Ambrose is gonna stop until he gets what is rightfully his, and that's the Intercontinental Championship. And speaking of Dean Ambrose, we now move on to the ambulance match as Braun Strowman went one-on-one with Roman Reigns. Now the rules of the ambulance match are quite simple. There are no pinfalls, no submissions, no countouts, no disqualifications. There are only 3 simple rules. Beat the hell out of your opponent, throw him into the ambulance, close the door, and get out. It's that simple. This was one of those matches. Now this match was one of those Roman Reigns matches where literally anything could have happened. This was literally like full blown survivor mode for Roman Reigns, because he hit Braun Strowman on his surgically prepared elbow with a steel chair, hitting the elbow onto the ring post, and when Roman Reigns attacked, hit Strowman on the side with a steel chair that didn't even face him. So Braun Strowman just kept on attacking him, and they were like on the stage, and so Braun Strowman was gonna throw Roman Reigns onto the lighting area, like right where the stage is, like as you're coming out from backstage. It was like right there. It was where Roman Reigns pushed Braun Strowman into that area, forcing like literally almost half of that structure to break down. And then at the closing moments of the both of the superstars were literally right where the ambulance doors were, and both doors were wide open. Braun Strowman was just about to get was damn near inside the ambulance. Roman Reigns attempted a spear, and that backfired. That was a well-placed trap from Braun Strowman. That was a well-placed trap. As soon as Roman Reigns landed into the ambulance, Braun Strowman closed the doors, and Braun Strowman got the victory. And then after the match, Roman Reigns opened the doors and just attacked Braun Strowman, and then Roman Reigns threw Strowman into the ambulance, and as he drove it away, he noticed on his side mirror, on the side mirror of the ambulance, that there was a semi truck, literally just right behind him, and literally drove the ambulance with Braun Strowman in the back into the semi, forcing Braun Strowman to have his scar from his surgery open a little bit, and his entire face was bloody. And then of course during a impromptu match, just like one of those matches where it's like, you know what, there's no point in watching this, I'm just gonna go do something else, between Heath Slater and Kurt Hawkins. While that match was going on, the Dallas Fire Department and the ambulance and a new ambulance came by, and the Dallas Fire Department had the jaws of life ready, and you know what, I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm gonna be completely honest right now when I say that while it is true that Braun Strowman is probably one of the most dangerous superstar on the Raw roster, I think that it's a miracle that Braun Strowman was able to stand on his own 2 feet, refusing medical attention. I find it so not grateful. No, I prefer very strange, if you will, from Braun Strowman, that he would stand on his own 2 feet after he was literally thrown into the ambulance and run through a semi. I think it's very, I find it very insane. I do. And of course Kurt Angle had noticed it, and I think it's safe to say that tomorrow night on Raw, I think it's safe to say that hell is going to pay. Roman Reigns has some serious hell to pay. And of course, during that part, Heath Slater defeated Kurt Hawkins by way of a pinfall, probably from my guess, probably hitting his patented neck breaker with a pinfall victory. So the match wasn't really that long, just a few minutes, but yes. Alright guys, it is now time for a main event. It was for the Universal Championship, as the Beast Brock Lesnar defended the title against Samoa Joe, a very game Samoa Joe. Now, here's how it all went down. Brock Lesnar had his back turned while Paul Heyman was introducing Brock Lesnar. As the moment Brock Lesnar has back turned, boom, Samoa Joe went on the attack and just just literally demolished the Beast. He even hit a Uranagi on Brock Lesnar onto the Spanish announce table, which is unheard of. and so the referee gave Brock Lesnar some time to recover. Get him to, get him in the ring and whatnot, and so the match started, and it was all Samoa Joe for the first few minutes, for most of the match, and then Brock Lesnar hit his Samoa Joe with like 6 German suplexes, and then Samoa Joe had applied the coquina clutch like 5 times, like 4 or 5 times, and then after the 5th or 6th time that the coquina clutch was applied, Brock Lesnar countered that with an F5, and he gains the pinfall victory to retain the Universal Championship. Now, of course, Roman Reigns did say a few weeks ago that he was going to be challenging he was going to challenge whoever the Universal Champion is for that title at SummerSlam, and so now Roman Reigns knows that he will be facing Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam for the Universal Championship if Kurt Angle makes it official after what happened to Braun Strowman, but we will see tomorrow night on Raw. Well, that is it for the Great Balls of Fire results. Thank you guys so much for watching, and remember to post in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and remember to subscribe and bell me for more WWE and YuGiOh opening videos. And don't forget, my summer giveaway is still going on. Unfortunately, I guess I haven't had very many subscribers, I guess, to get the summer giveaway going. So I might withdraw from that from the summer giveaway. I will let you guys know within the next 2 weeks on whether or not I am going to withdraw from the summer giveaway. But the fan mail, will remain intact. So if you guys want to send in fan mail, you guys can send in anything you guys want. It could be T-shirts, movies, WWE DVDs or Pokemon DVDs, whatever you guys want, game, toys, booster boxes, whatever you guys want to send me, that is awesome. There will be an address in the description below, so you guys can send in your fan mail, and of course, do not send explict content. I will not accept them. And on that, this is your boy Nick here, signing out.